and I'm going for this competition. But within me, I was laughing at myself because I knew that fear will not allow me go there. Although I had the content, I had what they needed, I had the ability to stand. I think I was number 4 contestant on that day. Once I was on my feet, I was already shaking. I was shaking. I was really scared because I'd never faced a large crowd like that. Hey, hey, hey. Oh my people, I'm super excited. Welcome to the channel. Alright guys, you guys are wondering why I'm so excited. This is because we are almost at 150 subscribers. Guys, I'm super excited. What does this tell us? This tells us that what we are doing on this channel is making sense to people. People are enjoying the content that we put out every single week. So this is me saying thank you for subscribing, thank you for always watching my videos. On today's video, guys, we'll be talking about a very important subject, and this is the subject of how to overcome fear. How to overcome fear. I've met a lot of young persons who fear has held bound from becoming everything they were made and destined to be. So on today's video, I'll just be recommending tips on how I personally overcome my fears. Alright, so I'll be giving us 6 tips on how to overcome fears. 6 tips on how to overcome fears, and this is what I have practiced over the years and has helped me. So my number 1 tip, guys, the first tip I will recommend is engaging the power of the mind. Guys, the mind is a very powerful tool. So when you learn to use the mind properly, you can use it to your own advantage at all times. There was this competition that was to happen. It's called the Motivational Speakers Talent Hunt. I'll try and get that video and attach to this one if I can. And I knew that I was born to inspire people, to make people better, but I had never really done anything about it. So what I did was I just summoned courage. I bought the form, and guys, I had never spoken in public before, and this was a competition that would make me face a very large crowd, as people from different universities were participating in the competition. So I got the form. I went back to my hostel. I told my friends, guys, I've gotten this form and I'm going for this competition. But within me, I was laughing at myself because I knew that fear will not allow me to go there. Although I had the content, I had what they needed, I had the ability to speak and inspire and motivate people, but I had never spoken in public before. So I spoke to my friend Pastor Evans, God bless you wherever you are now. So he encouraged me. He said, okay Jenny, I believe in you, you can do it. And I went ahead, I got the form, I went for the audition. The audition was hard. I passed through that phase, and I was selected to participate at the grand finale. Guys, when I got to the grand finale, although I had already prepared everything I was going to say, I was just seated in the hall. They called the first contestant, person performed well, called the second contestant. I think I was number 4 contestant on that day. Once I was on my seat, I was already shaking. I was shaking. I was really scared because I'd never faced a large crowd like that to speak before. But what I did whilst I was seated, I just closed my eyes. I began to envision myself. I engaged the power of my mind. I started seeing myself speaking on the stage. I was moving up and down the stage. I started hearing the cheers. People were cheering me on. Hailing me and all of that. And guys, alas, it was my turn. I went on stage, and you won't believe, I spoke like a professional public speaker. I went on there and I was just doing my thing, and it came out so nice. So since then, I have engaged my mind. Whenever I have to speak in public, whenever I have to pitch, whenever I have to do something that will have me, speak to people, I always engage the power of my mind. And guys, this is one major way to overcome fear. So if you are out there, you are still shy, you don't even to speak. I've met people that they can't even speak to their friend, they can't speak to their bosses, they can't speak to people. And when you ask them why, they'll say they are shy, they have stage fright. Guys, this is not a time to have stage fright. The thing you should do is to engage the power of your mind. Envision it, see yourself doing that thing, see yourself doing that thing, and before you know it, you are saying bye bye to fear.
You should also believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. I've never spoken in public before. This is my first time. But I took the bold step and I'm standing right in front of you today. Take your bold step. Let go of your fears. You can do it. Remember your family, your generation. The world at large is waiting for your manifestation. You can't afford to be a failure. Do something. Do something.
So my number 2 tip is avoid vision killers as much as possible. Avoid vision killers. Avoid the naysayers. See, there are certain people that most times they don't always see the good sides of things. So as much as possible, avoid those kinds of people. I remember when I was to start out my organization in 2019, I was preparing for my final exams at the time, but I had already received the vision of what I was doing in my organization at the time. So I shared it with some persons, and some of them encouraged me, and some others were like, no, Jane, this is not a time to start an NGO. No, don't do it. Oh, many NGOs are suffering. You don't have the money yet. You don't have this. You don't have that. They kept on giving me reasons as to why I shouldn't start out at the time, and I was confused. But what gave me the strength and the courage to come out of that and to overcome my fear of starting out at the time was the fact that I knew in my heart that that was what I was supposed to be doing at that time in my life. Although this is not to say that you can't get criticisms, that people can't criticize what you're doing. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, as at that time when you are taking baby steps, to starting those ideas, try and look out for people that would understand you, understand what you're supposed to be doing at that time, and will encourage you to go ahead with it. Guys, let me shock you. That organization that I later started out then in 2019 has grown to be a very big organization that has impacted the lives of over 7,000 young people. Guys, this is what I would never have imagined at that time that would happen. But it has happened today, and we are still hoping to impact as many more lives as possible. So are you out there? You have a dream, you have a vision, you have a business idea, and you are contemplating whether starting or not. You are weighing your options and saying, no, now is not a right time. Guys, there is never a right time. The right time is now. So pick up that book, wherever you have written that idea out, wherever you have written it down, go on with it. Start out, guys. Start out, and you'll be thankful to yourself that you did. My number 3 tip on how to overcome fear is to always be on the positive side of things. Always think positivity. And this is not to say that you can't weigh your options, try to look out for the advantages or disadvantages. No. Why I'm saying this is because I discovered that most young persons, they tend to see, why this thing wouldn't work out more than how they see why this should work out. So one of my tips for you is that you should always, as much as you are looking at, okay, these are the risk factors, these are the disadvantages I might likely face, also look at the end. Put the end in mind. Always put the end in mind. Okay, what will happen at the end of this? All right, so when fear comes knocking at the door again, try and answer it with positivity. When fear comes knocking at the door again, always try to be on the positive side. Alright, so to my number 4 tip is always believe in yourself. Guys, a major way to overcome fear is to believe in yourself. Guys, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So the first mountain you have to conquer is the mountain of yourself. You have to first say to yourself, Jane, I believe in you. Jane, you can do all things. You can do all things. There is no limitation. You can do all things. So guys, number 4 way I overcome fear, and I'm recommending to you guys, is to believe in yourself. One thing that has been eating up many young people is low self-esteem, because you are trying to be like somebody else, you are trying to do something the way this other person is doing it. Guys, drop the low self-esteem. Be yourself. Believe in yourself. Say to that fear, I believe in me. I believe in me, and I can achieve greatness. All right, guys, down to my next tip. Number 5 tip I have for you today. You should be intentional. It takes intentionality to be able to overcome fear. It takes intentionality, and this is what has worked for me. So to somebody out there who is suffering from one addiction or the other, I'm saying to you today that you can finally say no to certain things. It's the fear of failure. Guys, any successful person you see today, they failed over and over again. So don't worry about whether you are going to fail or not. Even if you fail when you try that thing out, keep it at the back of your mind that success is around the corner. So don't allow the fear of failure keep you away from doing what you are supposed to do. So guys, it takes intentionality to overcome fear. So who says to you that you can't be your dreams? Who says to you that you can't travel around the world? Who says to you that you can't achieve those big dreams? That, be intentional. It takes intentionality to overcome fear. My number 6 and final tip on how to overcome fear and has helped me is my faith in God. Guys, I can't negotiate this for anything. The moment I knew God, the moment I gave my life to Christ, I discovered that there was this boldness that came upon me. I now became bold. Those things I used to be scared about, those fears I used to have, I no longer had them. I now had confidence, I now had this boldness. I'll be like, where is that Goliath? Come here, let me conquer you. So that's what my faith has done to me. My faith in Jesus has, helped me. Is one major way that I have overcome fear. So there is nothing I want to do that I know that I will not be able to do, because I have God by my side. And it's September, and a lot of persons are already scared. We are entering number months. Different bad things happen in this ember month. Guys, if you have faith in God, if you know the God that you serve, for me, I know the God that I serve, and I know that He's able to guide, to protect, to help me get to any level I would want to get to in life. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of my video today. I hope you learned a thing or two that you put into practice. When next fear comes knocking at the door, you respond to it by using either of these useful tips that I've given you today. So this brings us to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for always coming back. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comments. Do well to like. Guys, please like this video, because when you do, it helps you to recommend this video to other people. So do well to like, share, and please hit the subscribe button. I love you so much. My name still remains Janet Isesele, and all I want to do is to impact your life and make you better every time. Do enjoy the rest of your time, guys. Bye.